Yeah, please continue.
Yeah, I think I cannot share the screen again.
Yeah, let me make you host. Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
you're welcome.
Yes, so this is an example that I can give about research method. Now, let's go to the next topic. You know, we're going to deal with three things at the same time. So the second part is what we're going to talk about right now. Now, what is data quality? What is data quality? What is data quality? Can anyone help? What is data quality? What is data quality? Yes.
Thank you, Professor, for giving us opportunity. For example, data quality means is a factor such as the accuracy of the data, completeness, or reliability. How we can be this data is reliable or fake. Whether uh, the data is true or wrong. If the data is true and it has a reliability, we can say it is the high quality data for the effective research.
Very good. Thank you very much. That's a very good one, Mr. Mohammed Siraj. I love that. Yes, who else wants to add something?
Yes.
Yeah, actually, what Muhammad Siraj has said, it is great. I would like to add that the data quality is like if we are conducting a research on a topic at that time, there is a lot of data related on it. So the data quality refer like accuracy of
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Mr. Liaquat. So, Mr.
actually
Mamtal, say something.
here some of our brother is not muted their mic, so it is disturbing.
Yeah, please.
For
Honorable,
to speak.
please.
All right. So, Mr. Mamtaz, the floor is yours.
Yes, I think data quality refers to how accurate, reliable, and useful data. Good data quality means the information is correct, complete, and fits the purpose which was collected for. In simple terms, it's about having clean, accurate data that you can trust and use effectively. I hope that's all.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your explanation. All right. So in research, normally when we talk about data quality in simple terms, that is, the data is considered high quality if it is fit for its intended users. So what this means is that data quality has to be related to what we are trying to find. So let's say interview is a very good way of getting a data, right? But if you're going to get a data for a certain scientific research that is pure science, maybe a medical lab kind of research, interview is not going to give you a high quality data. The kind of sampling also involves in getting you a quality data. Let me give you an example. Now, there is this case of rape. There is this case of injustice. There is this case of hurting people within the camps that some of you guys live in, you know. Now, if you want to get a high quality data to write your research, you don't interview the police. You don't interview the local people around the camp. The first people who would give you a high quality data are the people who are considered victims, or the people who put the people in that situation cannot also give you a very good high quality data, especially if they are going to defend themselves. So where you get your data from, the instrument you use to, to develop or construct your design that is going to give you a very good data is also very important. So what you want to find, the method you use to find that, or the information you have, the data you have, is it related to what you're trying to find? Then if it is related, then it is high quality. But if it is not related, it's not high quality. Let me give you an example. Now there is war in Ukraine, or there is war in Gaza, and now you want to talk about the injustice in the camps of Rohingyas, for instance, and you go and you interview the victims of war in Ukraine. Of course, what the people of Ukraine will tell you, or the data you get from Ukraine, it is quality, but it is not going to give you the result you want, because you are doing what we call finding the injustices, or researching the injustice in Rohingya camps, not in Ukraine. So if your data isn't related with what you're trying to find, then it is not high quality. And the kind of data you have, even if it is quality, if it is not going to give you the utmost results that you need, then it is not considered high quality data. And that's it. Good. So does anyone have something to add or any question to ask before we continue? No, I guess. Okay. So let me go to the next one. Now, the next one is, what are social media ethics? For this, I'm not going to mention any one of them. You are going to mention all of them. Everyone should try to say something. I know English is not your first language. Like me, for me, English is my first language because of colonization, what the British did to us. So in my country, English is the language of instruction. But try to speak. Don't say my English is not good. Don't say I'm shy. This is an opportunity for you to speak a different language. So I think Mr. A.K. Rahim wrote something very beautiful. He says, data quality refers to how good and reliable data is. Good data is accurate, complete, and up-to-date, and poor data can lead to mistakes or problems because the information is wrong or missing important details. So high quality data is clear, consistent with the purpose it's meant for. Very good. So Mr. Furkan also says he agrees with me. Very good. Thank you. So Mr. Mumtaz, do you want to say something
Yes, sir.
about the social media ethics?
I think specifically it is a basic rule for using like being honest, respectful, and not sharing harmful or false information.
Okay. Thank you very much. Mr. Montano, it's very difficult hearing you. I think there is a problem with your sound. So if you can solve that
Yes,
one,
sir.
I'll be very happy. All right, Mr. Mohammed Siraj. Yes, Mr. Mohammed Siraj, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Professor, for giving me opportunity again. For example, social media ethics, the rules and regulation of media. For example, if we follow this ethics of social media, our communication, our users of social media will be respectful, trustworthy, and it will contribute positively to online communities. For example, how varieties of communities and interacting is respectful, and we can carry a safe environment for everyone on.
Yeah, it's difficult to hear you, Mr. Montaz. So let me just take Mr. Liakat. Even Mr. Siraj, it's difficult to hear you. So, Mr. Liakat, can you?
Yes, what I understand about social media ethics, it is a kind of guideline and some principle, like being honest and productive, and also very safe. Like the usage of the social media is just being accuracy of any information and not harming to any other parties. So it is just being honest according to my thinking.
Okay, very good.
Like
Thank you
quality
very much.
data.
Okay, thank you very much. Who else wants to say something? Mr. Anwar Shah, can you speak now?
Yes, yes. Thank you so much for giving me the floor to explain about social media ethics.
Well,
According to me, I think social media. Uh, can you hear my voice?
yes,
Hello.
I'm listening, Mr. Anwar.
Yes, according to me, I think that social media ethics refer to a set of moral principles and guidelines that govern the behavior of individuals and any organization. While using social media platform, these ethics are designed to ensure that users of social media platform or conduct themselves in respectful and ethical transparency, accountability, responsibility for content, avoid biases, combating misinformation, authenticity. That's, I think, according to my explanation. Oh,
That's good. That's fine. Thank you very much. All right. So, who else want to say something? Mr. Mohammed Furkan.
Dear professor, according to my understanding, the social media ethic is the principle and rule and regulation of using social media. For example, if we are researching on a topic, we cannot be biased and impartial. We should we should maintain a we shouldn't be biased on someone on something on data. I mean, like it.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. So, Mr. Mohammed Ismail, then I'll come to Mr. Ro Abdurrahman.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi. Thank you so much, sir, for giving me this opportunity.
All right, sir.
According to my knowledge, social media ethics mean, for example, let me give me an example to explain this. If I created a Facebook page, I need to follow some principle guideline of the Facebook page.
Okay.
Another example is that if I do a job in any organization, I need to follow some I need to sign a code of conduct. I need to follow according to organization rule, like this.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's very good. Yes. So, Mohammed, if you're around, you can speak now. All right, I think he's not around. So let's continue. Now, the most important thing you guys should have to understand is the fact that ethics starts from home. Ethics starts from home. So social media has two kinds of ethics. The first ethics we have is what we call the internal ethics of social media. Let's say, let me give you an example of a social media outlet like Facebook or Instagram. We all know they belong to who?
Mark Zuckerberg.
Yes, so Zuckerberg is the owner of Instagram and Facebook, including WhatsApp, right? Very good. This man has his own rules, what he thinks are ethics. What he thinks are ethics. Because when we talk about ethics, then we're closely talking about morality. Now, one of the ethical consideration on social media, according to Mark Zuckerberg, is that you do not use abusive or insulting language. That is, if you insult or you use any abusive language, you can be blocked. Your account can be, can be blocked, or it can be frozen. Now, this is according to Zuckerberg, but all of you here are Muslims. In Islam, being a gay or, all these lesbians are not good. These things are haram. We all know that. But they are not in accordance with social media ethics. No. For them, if you even say something very bad against gays and lesbians, then you can be blocked. I hope you understand it. If you share an information, let's say you saw an incident of gay or lesbian somewhere and you share it on Facebook to tell people this is very bad, they can block you. So that is the internal ethics of social media, according to some of the social media outlets. But the external ones are the ones that we have. And these are the most important. They are more important than those that Mark Zuckerberg and others have dictated for us. Let me give you an example. Lies or telling lies is not ethical. Telling lies is not ethical, right? Good. But then if you say a lie on social media, no one will arrest you. No one is going to say, okay, you are telling a lie, so let's go ahead. So you go there and on social media, you say that, okay, the Myanmar government or, people have been killed and, we want justice and all these things. No one says anything, even if you are lying. I hope you understand it. So ethics starts from home. What is ethically wrong and what is ethically right is quite relative, according to Socrates. It's quite relative in the sense that what you think is wrong is not wrong to someone. What you think is right is not right to someone. But we all have general rules. So just as you know that if someone comes and he tells lies against Rohingyans or he does propaganda against Rohingyans, you will not be happy. You do not have the right to go on Facebook or Instagram or whatever to go lie against people or other people that you think are not your friends. You behave with others the way you think others should behave with you. And you have to be considerate in what you write and what you share. Let me give you an example of some of the wrong ethics on social media. Sharing. People share information. Right now, Mr. Mumtaz comes and he writes an information that is not palatable, that is not beautiful. All people that can just receive it and they will just be sharing. But before social media, I don't know how old are some of you. There used to be these lies. People would write something on papers. They would write that La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. If you recite this 2,000 times, you will go to Jannah. If you don't recite it for 10 days, you're going to see bad things. You're going to lose your job. Someone is going to die. And if you don't print this and share it with people, then your situation is going to be worse. This is a lie. But because people are afraid, they will just go and print them out and they will share them. And before you realize, you get it and you'll be like, yes, if you get this and you don't share, your life is going to be very bad. And people will just be sharing. This is not ethical. This is a lie. This is a lie. And people use religion to do that. Or one morning, Mr. Hafizur Rahman comes and he writes on social media. Let me give you an example that all Rohingyans, like maybe say 200 Rohingyans have been killed. God forbid. He writes it on social media. I ask all of you to write this on your pages and share it so that the world will know that Rohingyans have been killed and 200 of them. And all of you will be sharing. Then you'll be fighting and you'll be like, meanwhile, maybe it is not true. He has lied. So that is why I say ethical that is external comes from home. If you are trained well, then you shouldn't be able to do this on social media. So that is why it is important that ethics are taken serious in our communities. Some of you have lost your parents. Some of you have lost your respectable people in your families. But what is very important is the fact that you have yourself, you have uncles, you have other people, or you have friends who will direct you, who will guide you and make you know what is right and what is wrong. And you have your conscience and you have Quran, you have your Hadith, you have Islam to guide you. So be guided. Don't be half naked. Don't expose your body on social media and do all those bad things. Because whatever you do on social media that is not ethically correct, you are misrepresenting your people. You are misrepresenting your people. So if Mr. Anisur Rahman comes and he does very bad things with, let's say, girls or something on social media, people will recognize him and he says, this is a Rohingyan. This is how they are. Thank God they are going through difficulties. Do you understand? So whatever you do, you represent your community. Don't lie. Don't steal information. Don't, do things that go against your beautiful community. You have rules and regulation, and please, you follow them. And that is the same rule you're going to take on social media. Control your anger. If someone comes and he says something very bad about Rohingyans, you don't go insulting him. If you insult them, you are also inviting insult to yourself. So that is what I would say about social media ethics. Thank you very much. Then let's go to the next part of it, because I want us to finish very. All right. So here we have why are they important? So the first one is, why is research methodology important? First, it provides a clear and logical framework for conducting and evaluating research. So when you have a methodology, you want to use a quantitative method, then you know what to do. You know what your sampling method are. You know what your research design is. You know what people, your target group, your population, all these things. All these words I'm mentioning are research words. So you should know them. You should be able to know sampling. You should be able to know the kind of sampling you're going to use. You should be able to know your target group and you should know what is very important, and that is what we call bias. Bias. Very important. You are a Rohingyan and you're going to interview someone who is a Rohingyan about something very bad that had happened to them. The fact that, or the claim, or the what's the name? The possibility that you will be a bit biased is very high because you have emotions. These are your people. And these are your people. It's just like someone who has lost his father, or he's someone whose father has collapsed, he's about to die. And there are 3 people, they are going to the hospital. The best thing to do is to stop the person whose father is dying from driving. You shouldn't make him drive the car. Why? Because he's going to drive its emotion and it's going to affect it. So what is going to happen is that when you're trying to do research, control your bias. If you don't control your bias, you will lie. And when you lie, even if the world doesn't see that, even if the world claps for you, Allah is watching you. So please remember that. So the second one is that it ensures the quality and credibility of research. So it means that if you have a very good research, if you're using the very good research method, then you're going to get a very good data quality. If a research is purely quantitative, then it should be quantitative. If it is qualitative, it is going to be qualitative because it is going to make you have a very quality credibility research. Now, third, it facilitates the advancement and dissemination of knowledge. You know, research method makes us what? Makes what we call the advancement, the growth, the development of what we call knowledge, and dissemination, that is the spread, and what we call the imparting. In English, we have impact and we have impart. When you impart, you spread. You disseminate. So you disseminate information using if you do use a very good research methodology, that is what you are going to get. This is just a few from what I have written, because I don't want us to talk a lot. I would want to take your questions more. So I would want us to finish very quickly. Now, let's go to the next one. This is one important point I would want us to look at. A researcher has an obligation. What is the meaning of obligation, Mr. Imran, if you listen to me? Is Mr. Imran here? If he's not around, can anyone tell me?
Obligation means responsibility.
Very
A
good.
researcher has a responsibility to use the
Very good.
suitable methodology within his knowledge, within his capability, within his capacity.
Okay, so very good. So a researcher, I just wanted the meaning of what? Obligation. Obligation means what? Responsibility. It means duty. It means what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
So a researcher has an obligation to use appropriate methodology within your knowledge base in conducting a study. So it is your responsibility to use the appropriate what? Methodology in conducting your research. Then it is unethical to use deliberately a method or procedure you know to be inappropriate. Let me give you an example. For instance, plagiarism. You want to do research, then you plagiarize everything on the internet, then you post it. Boom, then everyone says, oh, Mr. Leocart, you've done very well. I love you. I love that. Or you want to write something very touching. Then you went and you copied information. All you did, your methodology is what we call copy paste. You copied and you pasted. That is your methodology. But the proper methodology isn't copy and paste, because copy and paste is a big lie. And that takes me to what we call the social media ethics. On social media, please, when you copy someone's post, acknowledge them. Normally, when I write a post on Facebook, I write my name because people can easily come and look at your post. They pick the words, they go and paste it on their page, and people will be like, oh, thank you, you wrote very well. This is not also ethical. What is ethical is that you produce your own knowledge. Don't copy someone's knowledge. Don't use the wrong procedure. You are asked to go and do a research. You go to the field, you don't find anyone, then you create your own data. This is also lie. Or you went and you didn't find the target group, the people who are going to give you the data you need, then you interview the wrong people. This is also wrong. And this is also what we call an inappropriate methodology or procedure. Now it says, such as selecting a high biased sample. So normally, let's say something has happened to you, my family, and I'm a researcher. I'm going to bring it out. I'm going to use an interview. So I interview my family, my mother, my sister, my father, then I bring it out. This is highly unethical. Why? Because the bias is very high. These are my family. So if my sister says they came and they slapped me, then I wrote her, they slapped her 10 times. Why? Because I feel the pain of my sister. So the best thing to do, you also interview people who also saw what happened to your family. So if someone abused my sister, then I have to interview the people in the community, whether they saw it when it happens. If I'm able to find such people and I publish them, then it is very good. Or to avoid bias, you can also add that, of course, this is what my sister says. She might also exaggerate what she said, or she might not be able to say exactly what happened to her because of trauma. Give people that kind of right to have a balanced view, whether your information is wrong or right, by opening the space for them to also say something. Then using an invalid instrument. So when you have an instrument, like, give me an example of research instrument. You can do some of the research instrument is what? In quantitative is what? Filling a questionnaire. So in a place where you're supposed to interview the people because they don't know how to read and write, then you give them a questionnaire to fill. So they just write whatever on it and they give you, and you bring a data and you be like, yeah, I have my data. But the people you just gave the questionnaire to do not know how to read or write. So the best thing you can do to them is to interview them. Or I come to interview you guys and I decide to speak one of my native languages. Or Mr. Kaiser comes to interview me and he speaks your language. Of course, I will just be looking at him and he will just write whatever he writes in his language and people will be like, "Oh," and that is very, very bad. All right. Then we have what we call drawing conclusions. That one too, you have to draw your conclusion very well. That is why in logic, there is something we call illogical claims, or what we call false logic. False logic. For instance, if A, then B. A, therefore B. This is a logical rule. For instance, you say, if he's wearing a white shirt, then he is Mr. Kaiser. He's wearing a white shirt, therefore he is Mr. Kaiser. That is a very beautiful conclusion. But if you say, if A, then B, not A, not B, we don't have a business with not A. If he is Mr. Kaiser, then he's wearing white. He is Mr. Kaiser, then he is wearing white. This is wrong. The actual one is if he is Mr. Kaiser, he is wearing white. Then the second one comes first. In logic, we says he is wearing white, therefore he's Mr. Kaiser. But A is not A. I'm just trying to, explain a little bit of logic, but I hope you're able to get it. So that's it about all these things. So incorrect reporting. Now, to report the finding in a way that changes or slants whatever we have, especially you interview a minister, he gives you an information, you come and you report it wrongly. That is not fine. What you report, what you conclude, what you do is what you have to report, not what it isn't. It isn't. You write a whole research, then you conclude that in conclusion, Rohingyans need a compensation. But meanwhile, everything you wrote in the work doesn't show that anything about compensation has been mentioned. Therefore, you should conclude without being biased. Then you also have to use what? Correct and unbiased reporting when you do your research. Now, ethical issues in research can be looked at as they relate to research participants, researchers, and sponsoring organizations. So with research participants, the ethics that we can look at is collecting information, you have to collect it correctly. Seeking consent, you have to ask the permission of the people you're asking information from. I'm not going to repeat this a lot because I've already done it in our previous research. Then providing incentives when people need you to give them what kind of motivation before you interview them, you have to do that, or you get information from them, you have to do that. For instance, sometimes people are very hungry. You go to ask them questions, they will not be able to give you the answers. If you have the means, give them some food. This one is incentive. Then not giving them incentive to induce them. To induce is to make them say things that you want them to. That is you are what? Inducing them. Not to induce them, not to influence them. You are asking them, you are giving them what they need so that they'll give you the right information. Then seeking sensitive information. If something is very sensitive, you have to be very careful. Then the possibility of causing harm to participants, the people who are going to be your what's the name? Your target group, your population, don't put them in danger. If they said, I want to go anonymous, let them go anonymous. If they say, I don't want to talk, please don't make them talk. If they say, I have something to say, but please, if I say it, my life would be in danger. If you cannot protect them, don't force them to say it. Now, the next one says, the possibility of causing harm and maintaining confidentiality. Don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone.
Hello, sorry for interrupting. Yeah, can you please
Yes.
join again? Yeah, it's about to end.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
So
Join again, everyone.
Yes, so let's join again and we finish once and for all.